Here's why social media managers don't act like a social media managers. They act as social media assistant or virtual assistant, where in fact, those are three different roles. Social media assistant is very different from social media manager, and virtual assistant is very different from social media assistant and a social media manager. So here are the things that I want you to apply for you to become that better social media manager, kasi si social media manager is again very different from those two. Ayoko na ng paligoy-ligoy. So first, you need to build a boundary. Kailangan during the discovery call is nagkikreate ka na agad ng boundary. You will lead the call. You are not someone na being hired because you need them. It should be you are being hired because they need you. And as social media manager, tayo yung may alam how social media works. Kaya if you thought and you are applying as a social media manager because you thought social media management is just posting, na ay magpo-post lang naman ako ng content, si client na magbibigay ng content idea, edit ko lang naman siya sa Canva, may templates naman, may CapCut templates naman. No, hindi siya ganon. And that's why your client's account now is hindi nag-grow kung ganon yung ginagawa mo. Kasi you are doing everything wrong. Kaya kailangan, if you're going to hop on a call, on a discovery call, you should set the boundary agad-agad. Hindi yung sasabihin ni client, okay Shara, this is what we need at ito dapat ikaw. Kapag ganun yung sinabi ni client, dun mo ilalagay or ipepresent yung process mo. You should acknowledge your potential client and say, I love everything that you shared, but as a social media manager, here's my process. And dun muna ipapakita yung process mo. Yung process mo is ganito. So I'm going to share with you guys my process. First, market research. You need to explain to your client na hindi ka kaagad magpo-post. If you hire me today, I'm not gonna post content tomorrow sa account mo. Hindi yun mangyayari. I will do the market research. It always take me like 1 to 2 weeks to finish the market research because I want to know your business, familiar with your audience and everything. And second, I will create a content strategy. And then, after the content strategy, you will create a content ideas, you will plan it a content calendar, and then dun mo palang ipapa-approve kay client yung content ideas na yun. Inaabot talaga yun ng 3 weeks. Depende na lang kung mabilis si client mag-approve ng content ideas. Syempre, content ideas pa lang yun, hindi pa yun edited. So meaning, i-edit mo pa siya. Kaya, depende sa'yo kung gaano kakabilis mag-edit. Kung mabagal ka mag-edit, ay aabutin talaga yan ng 1 month. O kung mabilis ka naman mag-edit, mga 3 weeks, 4 weeks, yun talaga siya. And then, approval of the content na meron ng edited content, meron ng caption, meron ng real cover, at yun, ready to approve na yun kay client para ma-post at ma-schedule. And before, I am doing it 2 weeks in advance, but right now, I am doing it 1 month in advance, in one sitting. So for example, I did the market research for 2 weeks, tapos may content idea na yun, isa-share ko na kay client yung content calendar, nakaplan na siya, then approval of the content idea kay client. Within 2 weeks na yun nangyayari kasi mabilis talaga yung client mag-approve kasi gusto niya ma-post agad. So, depende yun kay client kung gaano siya kabilis, kung madami silang revision or what. And then, i-edit ko na siya in one sitting. Since most of my clients right now, pinakamadaming content na pinopost ko sa kanila, 16 content per month. Tapos, edited na yun with real cover na, with caption na. Tapos, in just 1 day, may approval process na agad. Ganun siya kabilis. Kaya nagagawa ko siya within 3 weeks. So, feel free to copy that process, and if you have any questions, just let me know in the comment section. Ayan, una pa lang yun. Kailangan, ina-explain talaga siya sa discovery call. Bakit? Para alam na agad ng client mo yung expectation and how they can work with you. So meaning, if you want to become a social media manager, you should know, really, really know. Wag fake it until you make it. Okay? Kasi doon ka makakapag-build ng boundaries. Doon mo mape-present yung sarili mo that you really know what you're doing. At hindi ka lang basta-basta social media manager. And social media manager, hindi talaga siya basta-basta dapat. Because you're going to grow a business. Hindi siya pucho-puchong business ha. It is a business. Yun yung nagpapakain sa pamilya ng client mo. Kaya you should do your job well. And second, you should have a packages. After the discover call, packages yung sinesend ko kay client. May mga client kasi, especially if you apply to those jobs and you apply to those job posts sa mga Facebook groups, may mga client na may specific deliverable silang prefer, diba? Like, I need 3 times content in a day. Ganon. I need one content every day, 7 days a week. May mga ganon. Ikaw naman, as a social media manager, since you really know how social media works, kailangan i-educate mo yung client mo. So, dun pa lang, kung gusto nila ng 3 times content in a day, hindi naman always ka oo ng oo. Again, you are a social media manager and you are not a virtual assistant or a social media assistant that you will do everything what your client asks. Since as a social media manager, you're going to educate the client based sa kung ano yung sa tingin mong mali na nangyayari ngayon sa social media world. Because right now, to be honest, I have created an account from scratch. Like literally from scratch, kinreate ko siya. After 1 week, from 0, naging 400 followers na siya. And we received these views at ayang mga leads na yan. But guess what? Hindi ako dyan everyday nagpo-post. So if your client wants a sales, wants engagement, wants increase of views, wants followers agad-agad, it should be strategic. Hindi siya madadaan sa 3 times a day. Okay yung 3 times a day if magiging consistent yung client mo to post it every damn day for the whole 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. That's consistency. Kaso nga lang, pwede ka naman maging consistent basta hindi ka mababurnout. Kasi kapag na-burnout ka, dun ka titigil. And syempre, sa social media, kapag tumigil, is hindi yun nag-work. Kaya may nakikita kayong mga businesses right there. May mga accounts sila na active sila in the few months, pero after 2 months, wala na, ligwak na. Kasi na-burnout na sila. Kasi nakikita nila walang results eh. Ay, everyday naman ako nagpo-post, bakit wala akong results na nakukuha? So, parang nakakatamad naman. Kasi, random content lang yung pinupost nila. Wala silang strategy. Kaya, wag mong gagawin yun. So, that's the second one. And the next one is manage expectation. Don't overpromise and under-deliver. Like literally, this is very important that most of you are doing, especially if bago pa lang talaga kayo sa industry. You guys are very excited to get that future client nyo na yun or potential client kasi it's your first client na nag-reply sa'yo. Pero again, don't overpromise if you are not 101 sure that you can deliver all of the promises na sinabi mo sa kanila. Mas magandang under-promise at over-deliver para, syempre, masaya naman yung client mo, di ba? Ito yung mali ding nagawa ko before nung beginner ko and I am telling this to you based on my experience. Kasi ginamit ko yung business ko as my portfolio. And sinabi ko, yes, ito yung mga views na nakukuha ko sa business ko and I can definitely do that for you. Eh ako noon, I really don't know how social media works. And kasi, matataas yung views ng business ko dahil madami na siyang followers. And syempre, sinishare ko siya sa mga friends ko and sinishare siya ng mga friends ko din. Reason why, tumataas talaga yung views nun. So parang organic talaga siya, but syempre, with the help of my friend. But hindi natin siya magagawa sa business na client. Kaya, na-overpromise ako noon before. Kasi yun yung nasa portfolio ko na I can definitely do it for you kasi nagawa ko siya sa business ko, blah, 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 blah. Pero at the end of the day, this my first client. Ang mga nakukuha lang naming views is 900, 500. Though, it's good kasi bago pa lang talaga yung account niya. Pero, hindi siya organic views kasi nakukuha ko lang yung mga views na yun by doing engagement. And hindi talaga siya totally na pinupush ng platform. Diba ngayon, kapag napush siya ng platform is mataas talaga siya. Even though 2,000 views yun, most of the viewers are non-followers na napush talaga at nakita sa real stuff. Those are the things that I want you guys to avoid kasi that will just disappoint your client. Especially, unang client nyo yun at wala kayong experience. Kaya mas maganda talaga is you provide a good result na hindi nila ina-expect. I have this client right now na ang goal lang nila is to achieve 5,000 views every content that we post after 1 month. Yun lang yung expectation niya. So sabi ko, kaya ko to. And after 1 month, yung naka-achieve kami ng 500,000 views, 200,000 views. And actually, dun pa nga sa 5,000, sinabi ko sa kanya na I can't promise na mabibigay ko yun sa'yo kasi bago pa lang ako dito sa industry na to at hindi ako familiar dito sa niche na to kasi nga hindi pa ako nakapag-handle ng ganitong industry. And naintindihan naman ni client, kaya hindi siya nag-expect from me. Since nga na-over-deliver ko sa kanya na 200 views, ang dami pang leads, natuwa siya. Kaya nung nag-ask ako ng rate sa kanya na 60% is wala siyang eme-eme, wala siyang negotiation na nangyari, walang questions na nangyari. She just gave it to me honestly and happily, like literally. And that's how social media is. And honestly, there's a lot of things that I want to share with you. Pero yun muna ngayon. Just let me know in the comment section what are the things that you want to know from me or things that you want me to share with you guys, because I am not gatekeeping. Dahil yun ang iko-content natin on the next video. See you!